I'm Jeremy Winters, and on today's shooting demonstration, I'm going to go over spin drift and try to demonstrate that for you in the field and the effect that it has. So let's define spin drift right off the bat. As you shoot downrange, we'll use this bullet as an example. This cartridge is an example of a bullet. The bullet's going to leave the barrel at some sort of an upward angle. So as that bullet leaves the barrel, the tip is slightly up and slightly to the right on a right-hand twist barrel. There's very few left-handed twist barrels, so we just won't worry about that. So as that bullet's pitched slightly up and slightly to the right, and it's traveling downrange, what that does is that creates more pressure, more surface area on the off side of the bullet, and it slightly pushes the bullet to the right as it rotates downrange. Now this effect is very minimal, but it compounds itself over time and downrange the longer the time of flight. So although at 200 or 300 yards you're not going to see much, at 1,000 you can have a very great or an extended diversion from your center to the right. So what we're going to try to do today is, we've got a good zero. I've re-zeroed this gun instead of a 200 yard zero to a 100 yard zero to kind of exaggerate the spin drift to the right at 1,000 so you guys can see the effect. And so we're going to try to show that downrange on a target at 1,000 yards. All right, looks like we've got a pretty good group downrange. What we're going to do now is we're going to go down there, check out the target, compare it to what the ballistic program told us we should have, and we should see a good representation of what 100 yard zero and 1,000 yards worth of spin drift does. Well, we've made it down here to the target, and as you can see, the gun shot a pretty good group here at 1,000. And from center to center of the group, we're just about a minute, which is what we should expect. I hopped on G7.com and went to the ballistics program, and on there you can go to the bottom of it, click on the add the spin drift to your chart, and you can put the bullet length in there, barrel twist, and the caliber, and it will figure your spin drift for you and print out a chart. And I did that, and at 1,000 yards it tells me I'm going to have 0.9 MOA, or 9 inches of spin drift at 1,000 yards from 100 yard zero. And we're seeing pretty much just about exactly that. I'm showing about a minute, and it's supposed to be 0.9. You know, I just can't shoot that good. So this is a good example of what you could look for in the field. Now, that's a pretty big error when you're trying to dope your wind or anything like that, having to add this in and out of your wind call. So a little trick that we use is we will zero our gun at a mid-range target, let's say 600 or 700 yards. What that's going to do is that's going to put us a couple inches left at 3 and 4 and a couple inches right at 1,000, and essentially we're just zeroing out a lot of the error on the spin drift. So we're going to be a couple inches over at 1,000 and a couple inches on this side of the target at your closer ranges. It just essentially zeroing out the spin drift a little bit, and in a hunting situation out to 1,000 yards, you won't even have to worry about it. You can just worry about your wind call.